Fox News alert now. We are just getting a new image of the Capitol police officer tragically killed this week.
It is heartrending, and you talk about the federal investigation. You know, some of the flags now in the nation's capital at half-staff because of Officer Sicknick's death.
Well, the U.S. Capitol police officer who died after Wednesday's siege was from New Jersey.
That he enlisted in the New Jersey Air Guard back in 1997, according to the statement from the Guard, and served at McGuire Air Force Base as a fire team member and then fire team leader. Eventually, he was sent overseas twice, once to Iraq and once to Kyrgyzstan. And in 2003, he was honorably discharged from the Air National Guard here in this state. Brian Sicknick's Facebook page filled with condolences after word of his death was announced last night by Capitol Police. Reports that he may have been hit in the head with a fire extinguisher while trying to deal with the surging mob. That same Facebook page showing that Sicknick believed in President Trump, as did the rioters he faced.
Great people, just, they've been here forever. They, born and raised here in South River. Charlie was a plumber by trade. Gladys is always walking, so just good neighbors.
A police officer who was injured in the riot died Thursday night.
He was from New Jersey. CBS 2's Kevin Rincon live from South River in Middlesex County with more tonight. Kevin.
Among them, 42-year-old Brian Sicknick, a Capitol police officer since 2008, a native of New Jersey. His family in a statement says Brian wanted to be a police officer his entire life. They say he's a hero, and that's how he ought to be remembered. South River Mayor John Krenzel knows the family.
The town is hurt by what has happened. The family is devastated. Talking to Brian's brother this morning, he said that the family needs time.
Sicknick wasn't just an officer. He was a member of the New Jersey Air National Guard. Lieutenant Colonel Barbara Brown says Staff Sergeant Sicknick's commitment to serve and protect his community, state, and nation will never be forgotten. Chief Master Sergeant Lance Endy was deployed overseas alongside Sicknick for 6 years.
Service to him was everything. Made a huge impact on everybody around him.
He says dozens of service members who knew Brian reached out once they heard what happened.
Brian always had a smile on his face, whether we were putting in 18-hour days, dirty, tired, obviously cold. Brian always had a joke. He always had, a pat on somebody's back to raise up their spirits.
Governor Murphy in a statement says Officer Sicknick gave his life protecting the United States Capitol and by extension our very democracy from violent insurrection. On Capitol Hill, House Speaker Nancy Pelosi ordered flags lowered to half-staff in Officer Sicknick's memory. And tonight, the flags here at the Borough Building also being flown at half-staff. Brian was one of just 3 officers, Capitol police officers, ever to die defending the Capitol. Live in South River, Kevin Rincon, CBS 2 News. Kevin.